All right, good evening, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart. Today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2014. Happy April Fool's Day. Hopefully you didn't have anyone play too nasty tricks on you today. Okay, so we got the first quarter under the belt, and we're now starting the second quarter. And so the Dow's had a couple good moves here the last couple of days, and well, we're up another 75 points today, and honestly, I'm starting to think that my account here is in jeopardy. It's just not looking too great. And again, I talked about this on the weekend. I got to let the market tell me what it's doing and prove me wrong. And the rest of the markets have moved to new highs. The Dow just hasn't. Now, the intraday high here today is 565, 16,565.7. It still has not taken out the intraday high on December 31st. So that's the last straw, actually. The very last thing that, this count is holding on to. And based on what's going on with the S&P 500, we look at this nice move up in here. It's closing up above. It's breaking into intraday new highs. And again, if you could draw a line across the top here from back in January, end of December, January, this is basically consolidated above that right in here. Pretty much has gotten support above in here and now seems to be breaking out through this congestion, which is why, I think I'm starting to think it's just going to be a matter of, maybe even tomorrow that the Dow is going to break up. Now, the Nasdaq's pulled back. Again, this move to dramatic new highs. Of course, in January it did, pulled back, big highs in March, pulled back. And now you could almost, if we draw a trend line in here, this is what I was thinking about. If you draw a trend line across the top in here, you break this trend line, this thing's going to push again on up to the top of the channel again at a minimum, I think. Russell 2000 is basically mirroring. It just looks just like the Nasdaq. The New York Composite, a couple strong days, and it looks like it gapped up in here, above the high, again, above the early March highs. So we got a new closing high on the New York Composite. So that's pretty strong. Now, what are we looking at? Any extreme action? Short-term trading index has still not moved to an extreme yet. So that tells me we probably have still got more room to go on to the upside. And, this is not going to be at an extreme. Let me get rid of the crosshair. So until we get down below this red line, 0.9 with the blue line, okay? Kind of like what we did back a couple of times before when we saw at least intermediate highs, okay? So we've got to get this right now. It's just been kind of meandering sideways while the market, does its own thing. So we've really not gotten to any kind of bullish extreme in here. Now, the VIX was interesting today. Look at this drop down below the trading range of basically the last 2 months. That's signaling to me that that's the first move out of all this congestion to say, I think maybe we're going higher. So that's another sign. And the last one, where is the high-low index? It's not really signaling anything new. It's kind of basically going sideways in here right now. So it'll be interesting to see if it breaks this trend line and moves out here as we move, depending on how strong a move we get to the upside. Okay, that's the market. That's the indicators. Right now, it's starting to look pretty bullish again, unless something changes dramatically. We get a black swan type of event, which a lot of people have been talking about and worrying about. All right, tonight I'm going to talk about 4 oil stocks, Apache, Transocean, TSO and VLO. Brief comment on Valero. I did talk about it again, getting into it. I put it on the Trade Ideas page earlier this morning that I was looking at it, and I did get into calls here at the end of the day. So you might want to take a look at that. And then I've also got updates in terms of a new stop on Goldman Sachs that we got taken out of the second half on Stratasys yesterday, I believe. So we've got updates on all of that stuff and on the Trade Ideas webpage. And if you're, again, that's password protected, and happy to provide you with that password. Just subscribe, join the tribe, and you'll be able to get that and download the free resource guide I've got from our Trader's Toolbox. Okay, let's get into. I want to talk about Apache first. Here we go. All right, so Apache, I'm making these kind of a purple, lavender, whatever you call it. I'm partially colorblind, so I have no idea what that real color is. But this is starting to look like fan line. It will be interesting to see if we get another pivot point that develops up here. Right now, Apache's continuing to push. You're starting to get this 10 exponential moving above 21. It's breaking up. Breaking out here. A lot of people are very skeptical on Apache. People have been in Apache for a long time as shareholders, and the stock hasn't done anything. So it'll be interesting to see if this big bottoming formation really does come true. And we talked about that last weekend. Okay, Transocean. Transocean has been trending down and trending down and trending down. It now looks like we're getting some divergence, some bullish diversion, not so much on the DI minus, but it looks like in here on the RSI and on the demand index that we're getting some bullish divergence. This is starting to rally and pull up here. It's breaking this major downward trend line, but it has this resistance to get through, okay? This was support, it broke through it. It's now going to be resistance. It needs to break through this, and it's going to need to get through this congestion in here. And there's going to be more resistance right here where this was a previous floor. It became a ceiling, slight floor here. When it broke through, it became a ceiling. So this resistance will come in to play. You're then going to get some resistance in here in this range, and then finally up in here. So it just stair step up, and we'll see if Transocean starts to find its way back to the upside. So that's the look on Transocean. Next one is Tesoro. Tesoro, I removed the moving averages just to try to make this picture a little bit clearer. We do have an upward trend line here that it pulled down to a few days ago. And if it turns around and breaks through that, it'll be very negative. But right now, well, I remember this. This was what I call barbed wire. We got caught up into in December, and it just chopped sideways. It looks like we got a little fan line action going on here. 1, 2, and 3. We break this third one, we could be off to the races to new highs. And Valero, if you look at what it's done over the last 10, 15 years, it's bounced back up here to the 2007 high, okay, around 65. And so now it could be trying to make another run for the top up here, but it's going to have to get through all this congestion also. But the fan line type situation might develop that helps it. Now the last one again is Valero. This one I'm still holding through. I mean, I like the way this head and shoulders may be still playing out. Okay, we pulled back, and we may have just pulled back to this neckline. Okay, this neckline right here. And I know I stopped out the second half of the options. The entire option trade that we had was profitable. Now we've still got the 10 above the 21, which is above the 55, which is above the 233. So all the moving averages are aligned, and we got this close back above here. So I thought, well, let's go for it. Let's jump back in, and we'll see if we can't get the move at least several points to the upside and make some money on that trade. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Those are the oil stocks I wanted to talk about, and of course Valero is the trade idea, and the specifics are on the trade page. So tomorrow, I can't remember a specific economic report. Again, the big one's on Friday at the end of the week. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow night, and have a great Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. And don't forget to subscribe and share and tweet and like. So I appreciate it. Thanks.